Hey y'all, my name is Tom Mizzle. You watch my channel Mizzle14, and now I'm back doing another special review of Housewives of Potomac. And this is only talking about the fight and my reaction and my thoughts about the fight between Candace and Monique. So I will do Instagram Live and talk about the other stuff that happened this episode and the previous episode, but I'm just going to specifically talk about the fight. Now, my last video I did like 2 weeks ago or a week ago was about Candace and Monique drama. And then I said when they showed the actual fight, I was going to get back on. And I said it was going to be Instagram Live, but I said, you know what, let me decide to do a YouTube video of the fight and my reaction and my talk about that. And then I will do the other stuff that happened this episode in my Instagram Live. So, I won't talk about the fight in Instagram Live because I'm talking about it now. So, let me talk about how I feel about this and where I stand of this whole thing. Now, Monique said the fight was not about the rumor and what was going on. And if it is so, Candace is the least person in her list that she should have to be all this rage for, all this anger for, and all this animosity, whatever she had. Candace was supposed to be the lead person in her list. But some reason, Candace is the most targeted person on Monique's list. For some reason. My opinion is that Monique was dead wrong. She's wrong. I like Monique. She was one of my favorites of this franchise. I like Candace too. For those two to get added like that, mostly Monique went ham on Candace, and nobody even know exactly what is the issue is. What exactly caused Monique to get that rage? What I saw just now was rage. It wasn't about, oh, this is this, that. It was rage. And I think most of it is misplaced anger because she is unhappy with her marriage right now with Chris. And she can't just fight him. She pissed off about that Gigi, her ex-best friend, spreading rumors about her. And that she was going to production and all the cast members are saying this is that. Giselle trying to bring it up. All that stuff. Charisse that she don't like. She upset with Charisse. She not liking that Candace befriended Charisse. So, if none of it was about the rumor, and it's all about the content of the season, this whole season so far, Monique has been coming after Candace. Neck, hard body. After she found out that Candace befriended Charisse, who she, Monique, is not good friends with. Charisse and Monique used to be good friends, but they fell off. And then they don't get along, they don't like each other. Now, she had no smoke for Charisse when Charisse came to Ashley's sipping seed party. Now, my problem is, if you have an issue with Candace being a friend with Charisse, then you should have an issue with Ashley being friends with Charisse. I don't know what's the order of the events that who was friends with and all like that, but if you have a problem with somebody friending Charisse, who you consider as friend, then you should have the same smoke for Ashley that you have for Candace. And all your anger was directed to Candace. Because you know that Candace is not, well, I don't know, Candace cannot fight, but she lost that fight. But you could tell that Candace was not trying to fight you at all. She was not trying to fight you. Now, I'm going to talk about the fight and go into detail about the fight. So, after Ashley said her thing about her and Michael, her relationship, she then went to ask and said, how y'all two going? Y'all good since the lake house trip? And then Candace said, you know what? I love everyone. I love everyone, or something like that. She said, oh, after somebody came and somebody said, after you had a few drinks and wine on you, because they always drinking. They was at the winery, so they always drinking. So I think alcohol did play a lot of part in this. But you can't use that alcohol as an excuse, but it did play a little part. So, at the winery, she was drinking. She said, I love everyone. She said, I love everyone, and I love Monique, even after she pretended to be asleep when I was leaving. So Monique said, pretend to be asleep? Good, what are you talking about? I always woke. Always woke. And she was saying, no, I need to pretend to be asleep. You know, I was tired. Well, you don't know, because you're not a mom. So Candace said, oh, well, you mom shaming me? You mom shaming me? All that stuff. She said, how am I going to shame you as a mom? You're not even a mother. It doesn't matter. We all know what she was trying to say. Like, you kid shaming her. Like, that she don't have kids. So she won't understand why you be so tired. But it was no kids at the trip, so it shouldn't use that excuse that, oh, you don't have kids, so I'm so tired. You probably was tired because you was doing a lot of things on the trip. Get on the running around, getting things together, entertaining and hosting the trip. So and they was going back and forth. Mind you, they is arguing by words. The argument was petty. So I don't understand why it took to that point that Monique had to physically hit Candace. To the point. Like she was really targeting Candace and really wanted to fight Candace. Really wanted to fight Candace. And she always tends to say it was since last year. Now, after they was arguing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you could tell that Candace was winning in her words and her verbiage because she was winning the verbal argument. She's witty. She's smart with her mouth. We all know Candace is smart with her mouth. You see her on Twitter. She's like quick. You come at her, she will come back at you. And that's how Candace been doing. Candace will start things. You come at her, she will come back. And she come back hard. So we all know how she is with her mouth. So y'all can't use that excuse. If that's the case, everybody will have to fight Candace. Not just you. And y'all all come at each other. Y'all do jabs, y'all do shade at each other. So if that's the case, if words go really hurt you that much, then we would have had, this one I've been with Housewives of Potomac. This would have been Love and Hip Hop Potomac. Like, really. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Or Bad Girl Club, Potomac edition. Then it would have been like, okay, they just fight. But we didn't really get much fight in this Potomac. After all 5 seasons, they all have been arguing, sitting down, having bickering back and forth, shading each other, sit down, had an understanding, they apologize, and they move forward. That's all they have been doing. They never got to the physical altercation. Now, it was one point that Monique was pissed off. One thing, I think that was season 3. I think it was season 3. And she dared Robin to get in her face, and Robin got in her face, and she said, back the hell up before I choked with this umbrella. But Robin was aggressive towards you, and you did not pop off at her. Candace, y'all had a whole table in between y'all two, but you feel threatened. She said we feel threatened. When you threatening me, I'm going to defend myself. Yes, if Candace was throwing things at you and hitting you and stuff like that before, then you will grab. I will see that you grab her hair and stuff. Now, after they was going back and forth, you know, Candace was up in the argument. Then they both was doing this. They both were talking with their hands. I don't understand why everybody's saying, "Oh, Candace was in her hands on Monique's face." Y'all both have your hands on each other's faces. The only thing it was a problem is that Monique called it out. Candace didn't call it out because y'all both was doing this. Y'all both was doing this. Doing this with each other. Doing this with each other. So y'all both have each other's hands in each other's direction. But you're upset because she had in your direction. You doing the same thing. And she said, oh, talking to hands raised. She said, you got your hands too. She said, what? Are you going to drag me? Or are you going to drag me? Drag me. Drag me. Now, people saying that Candace deserves it because she should never invite nobody to drag her. And to be prepared. All right. The street mentality people out there. Yes, we understand. You in the street, you arguing with someone, and somebody dare you do something, you might do it. But don't let it be like that somebody told you to do something and you jump to do something. So somebody tell you to shoot them, you gonna shoot them? Or stab them, you gonna stab them? Mind you, they at work. They film it. It's on television. They are actually working. So all the people with the street mentality, if somebody come at you in your job, you know we got more to lose than these females. These females could probably not leave that and go to another show. And they making money because we be watching that. But they at work. So you gonna tell me that Monique was right for fighting a co-worker that she probably don't like because she's saying things? It's a lot of people we at work that say things to us that we feel like we should beat them up if we in the street. But we will not do that because we don't want to lose our jobs. Because all the people who saying that she's justified, I want to see you be justified when somebody come at you, your job, and your co-worker, and see if you could continue to be working there. You might be collecting unemployment because you will be fired. Fighting. You should walk away. And this petty argument they had with these two was not wanted. Candace getting beat up like that. It was not. It was not. The argument did not have anything that was so low blow deep for Monique to go rage ham on her. So after she said, well, you gonna drag me? You gonna drag me? Monique initiated the physical first. Now we was reading all the blogs. Now people say, oh, Candace's own husband said that Candace started it. Nobody husbands was there. It was only females in production. So whoever blogger that wrote that said that Candace's husband said this and said that, probably repeated what he was told that what happened, and then he told the blogger this or whatever. Somebody probably put Chris' name there to be damaging towards Candace, to incriminate Candace, to make her feel like she was the aggressor, which is not. Now this whole season Monique has been coming after Candace for whatever reason. We don't know. Since she got found out that Candace and Sharice was becoming friends, she was on one. Came at her at the Ashley dinner when her and Giselle was planning together. Came at her. She was apologized then. Then she apologized at the lake house. She was trying not to argue with Monique as much because she said, it's crazy, I'm not arguing. At the Sip of Sea, Monique was coming at her. And she walked away or apologized for every situation. So what reason can y'all tell me that wanted her, Monique, to drag Candace like that? What reason? It was not about the rumor, because she says it wasn't about the rumor. Their fight wasn't about the rumor. And if it was about the rumor, Candace, like I said, was the low power return, because at the end of the day, the rumor started of her ex-best friend, Monique's ex-best friend, Gigi. And then people saying that Sharice was trying to spread it and trying to bring on the show because Sharice connected the show. Sharice said her thing. Now, I did got a video of Empress Show, a YouTuber that posts a lot of clips together. I will post that in the description so y'all go look at the whole thing. Listen to the whole thing about how this came about and what was it, who was responsible like that. Do I think Sharice is innocent? I don't know. I don't think she's innocent, but at the same time, I don't think she put the whole blame because the person who started the rumor was telling everyone. So, and mind you, Monique knew about this 2 years ago. Keep that in mind. 2 years ago, this is the beginning of before season 4 started taping. She knew that this rumor came about and who started that rumor. And she knew that Giselle was part of in the whatever that happened because it was a dinner party and they was discussing it, and Cameron told her that Giselle was going to bring it up at the reunion, all that stuff, all that craziness. Production squashed that because they said you can't use that baby thing because it's not going to work well. Candace debunked that, said y'all can't use the baby angle because nobody will believe y'all. Gigi, the ex-best friend, said that Candace was innocent because she was trying to defend Monique, all that stuff like that. All that stuff. So Candace was not really that involved. All the ladies knew about this rumor. So if you upset, you should go after Gigi. She went probably after Sharice. And you should go after Giselle, who you know don't care about you. So that's what we was so bad for. Why you sitting in the scene with her and you say, oh, you professional. Well, if you be professional, so you should be professional in all situations. Now, yes, some situation gonna let you be unprofessional in some way, semi-unprofessional. When somebody coming after you, you got to argue back or something like that. Yeah, that's fine. But the minute you put your hands on someone, you lost the war. You might won this fight, Monique, but you lost the war because she took you there. You said she took you there, but nobody should have took you there if you was not prepared to do that in the first place. We could argue back and forth. People could argue all day, but the minute that physical happened, then that's out the window. And whoever initiated that fight is the one who's to blame. Because you can fight and don't put no hands on each other. And all the ladies does that. All the ladies in the season and all the ladies in the franchise argue back and forth with each other. Yes, some franchises have fights. So I'm not going to put it on that, oh, black women shouldn't do this, this is a disgrace of African American. They really deem us as animals. So what people who see this, look at this and say, oh, there's another black woman fighting on television. But the other white franchise does the same thing, so I'm not gonna knock this. But in this situation, I don't like how Monique was so ham on Candace. Things so she would say, "Drag me, do you want me to?" She flipped her hair and flipped it 3 times. Now, most people in the streets, you flipped it one time and they were ready to punch you. Don't touch no black woman hair. They don't like that. So you doing this, it's gonna be a fight the first time. So you know that Candace was not trying to fight you. So you flipped the hair 3 times, and then you grabbed it. Now she felt the push. Now Candace did not push her. Monique was going on live, different things said that the drink was thrown in her face. That's what the people said that it started the fight. We saw the thing, and tell you, Bravo did not edit this fight. They showed the whole fight unedited. They showed the whole thing. It was no document, it was nothing, so you cannot see and tell that, oh, they edited the way to make somebody look bad. No, they showed it exactly how it is. To show that all this lies that Monique was doing and spinning the truth to make her feel like she was the victim on this was lying, because they showed it and showed that she started the fight. Physical fight. She started a physical fight with flipping her hair 3 times. Now she said she blacked out. Then she said she went ham on Candace because Candace threw a drink on her face. Now she felt like she felt a push that freaking took her over the edge. Now the push that happened was on her side. It was either Giselle or Robin, but I think it was Robin because Robin was so close to her. But whoever one of those two pushed her, and then Monique grabbed a whole full of hair of Candace before she got pushed. She grabbed it, then Candace had a drink in her hand. All this time Candace had a drink in her hand. Now if somebody grabbed your hair and started pounding, you got to defend yourself. So that's when the drink was thrown, and Monique kept hitting. Like 3 or 4 hits. All the hits didn't land in the head. And she grabbed it and hold on to the dear life. Didn't let go. That's all. She only did like 3 or 4 licks, and then she just holds for dear life for her hair. Now that hair did not leave out of her like that was some glued on weave or something like that, because that did not get off her head at all. It was frizzled at the finish, but it did not leave her hair. So she really glued that thing in. Grabbed it, and they said, "Monique, let go, Monique, let go." And you could see in Monique's face that she was enraged. Like really wanted to kill her. So they finally separated, and then Candace is upset. She said, "Get that hood rat B out of here. Get that with that all that stuff." Yes, Papa, and they had to let Candace go. Now she called her husband, crying, so just like, I would not, someone I consider my friend, I don't know what did I have done that make her fight me. That make her fight me like this. Like, I'm embarrassed. I feel bad for Candace because she did not deserve that at all. Now people saying, oh, she should not tell her to drag her. She should not tell her to drag her. That's just words. That is words. All the action leading up to that fight did not wanted Candace getting beat up. Because it was no necessary. We don't know the underlying issues. Now, Monique said it's from last year. She's waiting to let it happen. She wanted to get at Candace, and she deserved it since last year. So that means you were faking the funk and being good friends with her. You missed her and everything, and y'all make up this at the season 4 reunion. I want to miss you. We can work it out. Or for you to throw that back in her face and say, "Oh, you needed that since last year." She keep popping. She had a mouth. She got a mouth. Y'all all have a mouth, but you never pop on none of one of these other chicks. That freaking season 3. I think season 3, not season 4. I think season 3 when Ashley said that you read your cards to the tree because you was drinking, not because you was sleeping or you was tired, because you was drinking. That was incriminating. And you and Ashley was going back and forth. And you do not want to hit Ashley. So everyone is putting Candace like this high thing that she got to deserve this. She had to do this. She can't say this. She can't do nothing. But y'all not doing that for Ashley. Y'all not saying that to Giselle. Y'all not saying that to Robin. But everyone is coming after Candace. So what Candace could do? Now y'all keep saying she poked the bear. Candace poked the bear. Candace poked the bear. Candace did not poke the bear. The poke the bear means that you constantly come after the person. They didn't want enough smoke with you until they finally snap. Now, do that midst of that argument, they both was arguing back and forth. So it was no poking the bear. Candace this season was walking away for every altercation she had with Monique. Monique was the one poking at Candace. So if anything, Candace should have been the one popping off. That's my opinion. Now this video is like 20 minutes. So what? I don't care. It was just about the fight. She should have been the one popping off, not Monique. So Monique going around saying, even after Candace is leaving, she running out trying to run after her. Run after her. Don't let her come after me. Don't let her come near me. Don't let her come near me. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. She deserved it. She keep popping off. She get Tyson me. She was Tyson me. She could popping off. I said, okay. So I want to see you have the same energy when you. I want to see you fight Giselle. Charisse, when you see just Charisse come, run after her. Woo. You had the mentality. You a hood bitch. So run after her and do it. I wish they bought Gigi and the thing so you could fight her in the dance service and we all could say, okay, you should not be popping, spreading rumors. Like, none of that happened, but you came at Candace because you knew Candace was the weaker link. You knew you could beat Candace up. You knew Candace was not fighting, trying to fight you. So you took the opportunity to beat her. Like, I don't feel any justification that why she would do that. I like Monique, but I'm going to call her out on it. You was dead wrong. Yes, Candace got a mouth. Y'all all do. Yes, some people don't like being verbal. They just go physical. So if that's your case, and people is arguing with you, and people popping off with you, then you should be popping off for everyone who been wrong you. If your words and all that stuff and what types you to fight her. So that means you really don't care for Candace. And you didn't like Candace, and you was waiting the opportunity to beat Candace. So, after everything said and done, Ashley was in the back for all this time, came out and was like, what's going on? Totally took Monique's side and said, oh yeah, she deserved this, she deserved that. I said, no, she did not deserve that. Now, Robert Giselle said it right that Monique is the one to blame, which is true. She is the one to blame. She started this whole thing. It had never needed to get to that point. It had never need to get to that point. And now, Monique had no remorse for what she did. She battled about it. She had no remorse. She deserved it. She deserved to get the pop. She deserved to get popped. She popping off at me or coming off at me. She got a mouth. She deserved it. Okay. So that means all the ladies should deserve it then. That's why we keep saying that. So Monique's husband is pissed off. Because he keeps saying he liked Candace. Now, if everything is so said and done, and everything was so true about the rumor, and Candace was so this big bad monster, then Monique's husband, Chris, will not have no words for the other Chris and Candace. So that means Candace is not the whole guilty party in this. So I don't understand why it took that far. Now she said, I don't know, she deserved it, she all that stuff like that, she just should not be talking about her smack and everything. And she had no remorse, like she just was so flippant on it. Flippant like she was like, okay, I did what I did. No remorse. Now next week they're going to get at her. They're going to come ham on Monique. Because now people don't want to be around her because she's dangerous. She's dangerous. And that she still had no remorse for it. Now, Monique said if she would have taken back the hands of time, she would have walked away because that should never got to a point. But it is what happened. And I said, yeah. Then she said she blacked out. She don't remember what really happened. So what is it? You blacked out. You got pushed. Drink was thrown at you to make you start all that. But in reality, you the one who started all of this. The physicality. That's the argument started when Candace made that comment about you sleeping. But it was a petty argument. It didn't need to get to the physical. When the minute that you flipped her hair, that went left. That went left. So, and I heard that she's not going to the trip. So I don't know what trip they're planning because you know they do a big trip every season. So she said that she didn't want to go to the trip and everything. I said, no, it's not because you didn't want to go. Because you went to every other trip which she's been in the season. You make your money. You're professional, right? You would have went. But the girls ain't comfortable around you. So that's why you didn't go. No lie. Yeah, so that's my take on it. So if y'all have a different take, y'all can put that in the comment section, but I'm not arguing back and forth. I stand when I stand. I like Monique. but she was wrong. None of that was warranted at all. And I saw that and I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed. The fact that she had no remorse, that she had anger and rage in her eyes towards Candace, which nobody know why. And that's the issue. So she was crazy. She was crazy. And if I were Candace, I would be done with Monique. Monique says she done with Candace. Candace says she done with Monique. That's fine. Y'all don't need to talk anymore. It is what it is. It's sad that you two and the young, pretty, black, dark-skinned girls cannot get along in the show with all these other... Okay, I'm not going to go into it. Because there's only 3 dark-skinned girls in the cast, and 2 of them is going at each other. And everybody's sitting in the back watching. Okay, I said enough. That's my stand. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode. Tell me how y'all feel about this fight. Please be respectful in the comment section. And I'll talk to y'all later, alright? Peace.